Okay, I think everything's good. I think everything's good. I haven't checked to see if this is, I actually hooked this up while we were, there we go. Now it's in focus. Cheater focus. What kind of conundrum? Hey, Chance. And, you know, hopefully at some point, I think making a little pencil holder will do good for this. Although it seems to stay in there quite nicely. Of course, I come. One second here. Why? Oh, well, I mean, I'm not gonna dock you for not going to the Ailstorm concert with us. Well, I will talk shit about you, but but I could understand if it's a better if it's something you want to see, I'm not gonna stop you from it. Ah. Yeah, I need to put the alignment guy on there. All right, so we already got this set up basically the way we would need, right? Yep. Today's going to be a fairly easy day, mentally, thought process wise. Is this the one that it just goes down real nicely in? Okay, good, there we go. There's your home. Because you're out of the way this way. All right, Max, just cover her up. Let's see if I can get it to... You're stuck in not knowing what to do mode, aren't you? Well, that's interesting. It was tracking me, and then it's like I don't see you anymore. So I guess... Let's see if I can get it to recognize I exist. I may have to restart it. Except for I know exactly what'll happen. It'll lose the feed and then I'd have to restart the stream altogether. So if it wants to play like that, then we're just gonna do that. That's all right, like I said, we'll figure it out. What's the other band, by the way? I hate when the add view thing happens. Like, okay, is there a way to turn the... Review requests? What? Oh, yeah. These are all older than hell. Mark them complete. Give me a second here. There we go. Let me double check that. It says Twitch is connected. That's all right. Yeah, the ad thing destroys my ability to read the chat. Let me see if I can... it's just I have a limited space where it shows up, and when it says, hey, there's an ad incoming, you know, 52 seconds to add, it literally cuts half of my chat reading area out. So I'm trying to see if I can, that might help. There we go. Change the font size so I can see more lines of ad. Hey, Kat. Oh, I know you're in your other one. Gotcha. In 20 minutes, just keep me noted, Kat, and like I said, I'll log in with my phone. That way I can at least see it on my phone, because I don't use the third camera anymore because that's borked to all hell. Okay, oh sweet, this is like right in the right position. Good, 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 good. All right, today is my favorite day, Stanley 45 days. So I need to get my 45 out. Because it is a day we're slowly catching up on where we were before we screwed up. Okay, there we go. Take out the 3/4 blade because I'm not going to be using that anytime soon. What I'm going to do is be smart. If you're in the middle of a project and you got these guys, put the blades you're using backward to all the other blades. Why? You don't have to think twice. Like once the project's done, come on. Fine, I'll put it out of order as well. Once the project is done, oh, that's why. Let me pull that out. I have 2 of the same blade. My 45 actually came with a blade, and I have 2 1/4" blades, so there was a 1/4" missing. But if you put it in backward like this, edge on the other side, you'll know exactly which blade you pulled last time. So like, as far as doing tongue and groove, I know exactly which tongue and which groove. Or, well, I did. That may actually be the blade, but I know exactly which groove because look which blade is backward. Okay, now, may not have been this one. Let me double check. It's most likely this one. There we go. Yep. Okay, there are my tongue and grooves. It's just my way of sorting out, am I using this blade? Yes. So I don't have to, that is not Max, don't worry. That's the hound dog next door. Max is running around and playing with his rubber ice cream cone like a bat out of hell. Let me double check that my solar panel securing system is still working. Yes, it is. Okay, good, good, good. The wind's actually, the wind is actually high enough that it blows over my solar panel right now. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you one way or the other, man. If you disappear in the middle of the concert, you disappear. But, okay, so we know this blade and this blade are primarily what we're going to be using. And when we get to the beading, the bead blade is also backwards, so we know that that's correct. All right, now for the fun of setting up boards and setting up all of this correctly. Oh, yay, yay, yay. Hooray, rubber floors. Okay, there we go. We'll see. So my 45 actually came with the long bars in them, and I eventually found a set of short bars. Not gonna lie, the long bars are useful, but I keep the short bars attached because they are more useful for what I do. Tongue and groove, it'll definitely do that. Okay, suck this guy in because I literally have no reason to have a depth stop on this. Oh, I got the nicking blades in as well. 1 second here. See if I can find the little screwdriver. Yeah, that's a Phillips. There we go. Let me get the nicking blades in their proper orientations. This looks like rust, but it's just wax holding wood on. I really need to come back with a Brillo pad and clean the surfaces off before it becomes rust. Put you in. Hopefully I'm not blocking too much of the camera. And hopefully TTS comes in after a while. What's going on here? We got, oh. Hey, thank you for the gift sub there, Sean. Why didn't that pop up as like a, that should have popped up as a gift sub through the bot. I should have had a, the fun thing is I can't remember how to get that to, hey, how to get that to test. Because they changed how to get that done. Okay, it does say enabled. Alerts, copy, delegate. How do I get it to test though? Like, that's the one thing I never remembered how to do once they changed the setup here. I know the stuff should work. Well, I mean, this bot is an actual program on the computer, so there's a possibility what happened is, let me see, if it's connected, it may have not connected to Twitch. Platforms. Counts. Okay, it's showing. Oh, okay. Way cool, thank you for the resub. Okay, well, that tells me something's wrong with my subs, but I at least heard the sound effect on that one. That means the bot's working, but the alert's broken somewhere. Oh, whoa, what did I grab? I didn't mean to grab anything. Oh, Jesus, guys, start. But also, thank you for apparently the hype train. I didn't know that would start that fast. Let's see. Back into the bot. That makes me wonder what. Okay, those are commands. So that's connected. Charity, action cues, actions. It's enabled. Where is it at? Come on. Oh, interesting. That's a new one. They changed the way. Okay, here we go. Triggers. I forgot. They changed it where the triggers are here. What? The triggers are on all. Maybe I just didn't hear it. Don't worry about it. Like I heard the coins, which tells me it's working. I may just need to do something else. I forgot that one just has coins and flashes up Tim Curry. So it may just be I didn't even hear it because the volume's a little low. I'm still waiting for TTS to wake up. I may restart it. I don't know why it's having this problem. They're the same, like the bots are literally from the same place, so this one's just having problems with connecting. But it should connect after a bit. Yeah, go ahead and remove Monday evenings. It's just gonna be Wednesdays now. Not that I don't like streaming 2 days a week. It's just more of a, I can stream, with the way my schedule is for work, this allows me to stream one long day instead of two very short ones. And I don't have to like fuss around with, oh, well, work needs me literally to work long on a streaming day, so I don't have that problem anymore. So this is a way to go, I have a definite day where I can stream. It doesn't interfere with work, it doesn't interfere with anything. Okay, and because this is okay. Ooh, it's actually cold today. 1 second, warm up break. Yeah, it went from like 80 degrees down to below freezing today. Oh, I never told you that. I'm actually wanting to plan to do 10 to 2 or whatever it is it 11 to 3? I can't ever convert things. 10 to 2 Central, which I think is 11 to 3. Yeah, I'm planning on 3 to 4 hour streams. Last week I ran out of content because I'm still very much in the the mindset of how to do like a very quick stream as opposed to now I've got all the time in the world. So like I had like one task to do and I got through it in two and a half hours. And I was like, well, that's longer than I usually do, so that's good. But now I've got several long tasks that don't require me to stop and use a power tool. Or I didn't want to do the rest of these boards with power tools. So now there's no reason for me to just not keep plowing forward today, because I'm going to be tongue and grooving these boards, and then I'm going to bead these boards, and then I'm going to be like, yay, we got back to the point where we can dado the back set. Okay. Okay. And first step is always grab your boards and figure out the layout. Which board is what side? Here are my bad boards, or my new backboards. Yes, this looks terrible because it's oxidized a little bit, but I mean, these boards will oxidize too. Let me get you out of the way so I don't accidentally knock it down. You guys don't even need to be here. There we go. We'll have an internal support there. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Okay, all three boards. Let's figure out how I want to do the back. That's obviously going to be the middle board because of how big that check is. I want that to be a side because I can cut that off and then I don't have to worry about dadoing or rabbiting or anywhere through that thing. And if I need to cut some width off, I can cut that knot off. Okay. And that gives me a nice straight grain, straightish grain here. Yeah, this has some reversing grain, but I'm not too worried. It's got a little bit of a chunk out of it here, but that's not that big of a deal. Thanks for stopping in, TJ. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I think I want that out. That is nice. That'll be good for out. Okay. Middle board is choose your, we want this to be a bead, or we want this to be a tongue. So I can get rid of that imperfection. We can easily make this a groove. I didn't even think about that. I need to make sure whether or not I need to join a board, and I need to probably join these sides. Before I start tongue and grooving everything, have these boards been joined together? No. I'm going to go ahead and say that it's probably this edge that needs to be joined on this board. Then again, I am an idiot and thinking, did I even join both ends? This is not a joined end, this is not a joined end, this is a join, and this, that explains it. This has not been, I do need to at least join, I forgot about that. I need to join these edges. Actually, this one might be a joined edge. Yeah, this is the old one. I had already joined this edge, so it's definitely, this needs to be joined, that needs to be joined. So, Cold hands, cold hands. Before I get into combo plane, I need to fix this. Where is the panel marker? Thanks for the lurk. We're just gonna get these boyos to the point of joined. Glad I thought about that. It's like, oh, these are not. No wonder these joined up so well. They're already flat edges. And like I said last time, the whole point of joining is to take off as little material as possible to make them flat. So let's see. That's just under. Just under. Just want to make sure that, oh, that's dead on. And so get back to where it's dead on. Right about here. We're going to move it just slightly under. That way I don't accidentally take off any, okay, there you are. I don't take off anything that doesn't need to be taken off. I completely forgot that I hadn't joined the edges yet on these boards. Now these boards look way better condition than when we left off last time because I ran these through the planer to get them down to thickness. Just to make sure we weren't spending weeks.
Stop blowing holes in my ship!
Hey Hansa! Hey Hansa! How you doing? Here to watch me struggle? And welcome in, Raiders. Most of you probably already know me because, well, it's Hansa. But for those who don't, I'm Wes. This is plain old woodworking. We typically just do some hand tool woodworking projects on stream so that A, I get time in my shop, and B, people get to see.
Hey man, smiley face.
So yeah, I keep forgetting to tell you, this is my new stream time. So I'm definitely not in the middle of the night for you. So yeah, like this is my day off from work, so now I get to stream in the middle of the day. Hey Yankee, how you doing? Wolf Mom, thank you for showing on in. Let's see, who else do we got here? All right, there we go. And it's good to hear that the
Natura said, "Yet I'm so glad I could have raided you finally." Laughing face.
what was it last week? Last week I thought about raiding you, but I get raided Yankee instead, and then literally less than 5 minutes later, Yankee raided you raided Yankee, and I was like, well, that was the correct choice, obviously. Right now we're joining the.
SDSTRBDCHLD1328. Thanks for the gift sub. Creatura said, "Tell you out."
Because it'd been a long time since I raided you. I used to raid you on Saturdays. right now what we're doing is we're what's called joining these boards. This side is completely flat, straight, and perpendicular, and I'm just taking this side and referencing that edge and making a line. We're just going to plane it down so that we have two perfectly parallel sides. And then we'll start using fancy tools.
Oh yeah, but I rarely stream on Saturdays now.
Yeah, I stopped.
That's going well on your end.
Yeah, I stopped streaming weekends as well because that is more of a social obligation time for me. Like I have friends who are like, "Hey, let's do this or let's do that," or it's D&D and stuff like that. Like there's too many social obligations for me to stream on the weekends anymore because COVID's done, so like, or not really done, but like we're not all hiding in place anymore. So social obligations have kicked back into full force. Okay, now push this last inch because otherwise it's gonna want to veer off course. There we go. So I don't know how long you'll be here, but eventually we'll be breaking out this monstrosity of a plane, and we'll be cutting tongues and grooves. All right.
WTF is that torturing device?
It's called a combination plane. One second. So what the whole point of it is there's like, you can set it up for pretty much anything. So like this is literally just a fence to, I'm pulling the wrong fence, sorry guys. This is just a fence guide. This is a secondary fence for wider blades. Right now it's got a tonguing blade in it, but I have so many of these blades at this point. Like I've got tongues, grooves, dados. Let's see, is this the one that has, yeah, and I've got a bunch of beating blades. I don't have every blade imaginable for it, but I've got enough that it has become a very, very well-loved tool in my collection of menagerie of things that I do. And I know some people don't like it because it is finicky, but for me it's better than having 30 to 50 some odd planes to maintain. I can maintain that one and call it a day for a lot of things, but right now we're just doing basic plane work. So I've got like my basic planes, I've got the...
Rare? Or are they used more than I would know?
Not sure I can call it rare. They're vintage. Like that thing's probably from the 20s. Like there are a couple modern makers that make combination planes still, but since the rise of power hand tools, they're obsolete is probably the better term. Routers, like power routers, are what took them out of the market. So like it is really it's really
I see.
and yes, I have a power router way over there. But like, yeah, the modern power tool equivalent would be a router for that tool. One second. Because Wes is smart and put a brass knob on the front of his joining plane. Let me warm that up for a second. It'll only take a little bit, but yeah, I may take it off and put the wooden one on for today.
Laughing face.
All right. But today we've got plenty of, like, unlike last week, we've got plenty of stuff to do today. So I might actually go the full 4 hours. And we've got the solar panel hooked up, so we have no, and it's a nice bright sunny day, cold but sunny. So I've got no reservations about running out of power. Let's actually see how the power's doing real quick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those panels are also helping here a lot.
Yeah. So according to the battery bank, we're taking in the same amount of wattage, or a little bit better, from the sun because of how bright it is today, than I'm actually using to run the stream and the lights. So that's good. And most people are like, well, yeah, but you're not really using any power. I use that battery bank for everything. If
I'll have to go, Mavis. It's almost dinner time.
That's all right. Have a good one.
Girls and spend time with the fam.
That's all right, man. Glad you stopped in.
Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Smiley face.
All right. See you soon, man. I am glad that I thought about the fact that these boards aren't joined before I started putting a tongue and groove on them, because that's a harder thing to fix, and I don't want to have to make them any narrower. Okay, let's focus on getting the thick portions down. For those who are new here, if you got a question on what I'm doing, feel free to ask. Also, I have a command exclamation point project that will bring up a picture of basically what we're building at the moment. Oh, give me a second here. Picture and a small description. Let me do this real quick before I get too far into this project. There we go. It's a little thick over here too. Better. Not gonna lie, this new blade setup for this old Stanley, I'm never going back to the original blade on this thing, because this thing works admirably well. Nowhere near as good as the Lee Nielsen that I got to play with when I went to that wood hand tool show. But I mean, for $70 for a new blade setup as opposed to $400 for a whole new plane, got me close enough. At least it doesn't make me finick with it every 5 seconds. I think it was a blade mass problem, like it no longer chatters, so I can actually Making shavings. We're getting close. Okay, yeah, full strokes. And those from Hansa's stream, this project's actually going to have a kind of a crossover with Hansa's stuff because my little fastener box here, a good portion of it's going to be put together with, where are they? Yeah, there they are, way at the back, with Hansa nails. So I'm gonna have fun with this one, and the place where I need to use nails and they're gonna be exposed, I can't quite hide them and I don't want to putty over them. I'm just gonna use big brash, these are hand forged nails. Deal with it kind of mentality. Okay, we're a little high on this side here. And what I had done was I basically referenced the side that's down is completely flat and straight. So I referenced, and if you see me like leaning over, I've got these reference lines based off of that edge that will tell me how close I am to being perfectly parallel with that edge. We're getting there. We got some goof up spots, but we're getting there. Now is the time to check square, to make doubly sure. A little high there. Okay. Okay, so right about here. Oh yeah, dead flat. There we go. Okay, this board, this one's ready. We're gonna double check that one. do this just to make sure, so I don't forget what side is when and how and where. But at this point, both sides are flat. Too many things. Oh no. So, all I really need to do on this one, we can see why I didn't want to use this board already. But we are short on resources. Yep, that's what I thought. Not that hard to fix. It's almost there. There's just some high spots on this side here. I could still see the reference line, and I was like, that's not right. I shouldn't see the reference line at all when I'm done with this. So this may have been the one where I chose to not continue. This was a leftover board from the backboards, and I just chose not to use this board, so I probably didn't refine it much past that. Okay, that's all I needed to do on that one, because that one was pretty damn close in the first place. We originally had it this way, so we'll keep it that way for now. We may figure that out in a bit. Panel gauge, I'll be using it here soon. All right. Okay, let's warm the body up. Pros. First things first, we are just want to make sure. Okay, so this is the side that is not currently flat, so we are going to once again check to see what the thinnest portion is. Way thinner than it was set for the other board. That's fine. What I tend to do is I stick it about 1/8 of an inch or 1 millimeter in, and then I just check along the board to see, hey, is there any portion that's thinner? This is thinner, so we go about 1/8 of an inch in here. Then I secure it down. And now I start checking again. Oh, this one's gonna be a whole ton of fun, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay, well, that is our minimum thickness. Since this side is completely plain, straight, and flat, this one's going to be probably almost better if I used a saw, but saw is not elegant. It's like a blaster. You need a lightsaber. That's going to go right through. Awesome. We're going to have a fun time with this one. If you see how much material I'm taking off almost 3 times as much material on that side. Whew. All right. Then we flip the board this way so that I'm referencing the same side. Ooh, that is a nasty, nasty side. Well, at least now we know that the knot is traveling that way.
Starper said, morning west.
How are you doing? Starfire, did you know that Cam started streaming again? Okay.
I've been jumping into this chat every so often.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I know we both know them. Oh man, this board is way out of square on this side. Okay, and then we have us a nice little reversing grain here. Stop. Reset, push, of course. Now, why do I always try to set it 1/8 of an inch less than the minimum thickness? Because I'm not perfect. I will plane that reference point off if it's set right at thickness, and I will not be of any use. All right. When it's like this and it's nice and uniform, I put the heavy side to the end. Everyone else can have their own personal preference, but I do that because I can sit here and just plane here and slowly work back. So that no matter what, my strokes for the plane are concentrating on heavy amount of material and I'm not screwing things up. Oh, sweet, there's the brass rod. Okay, good. Let's get this. Sorry, this is a piece to the vise that I'm slowly rebuilding here.
Thinking of introducing a new character to LARP. She's one I'm making for another group I'm in.
Gotcha. There's a heavy chance my alt's coming out in March. My alt character. For the March LARP, if I can get everything ready. But I've got a lot of the incidentals. I just have to, I think the big thing holding me up is the tunic. I want to build a custom tunic. I don't want just whatever I have laying on the rack. completely forgot about squaring these boards. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do tongue and grooves and beads today. Nope. At least the first half of the stream is gonna be me just making sure the boards are ready. Well, it'll be good to see you again, though. See if I can spin this just a little bit here. That looks a little better. I don't know if that's upside down, right side up, but it works for the layout, so I'm going to just... Well, the ball was fun. It was different than the first time I went to the ball. Hey, how you doing, Pausanias? Yeah, it looks like I'm plowing a bunch of dust off of it, but that's because, ironically enough, you know, against grain, with grain, against grain, so whatever. But this new this hawk blade in my old number 6 is performing admirably well. Yeah, I've been trying to catch your streams whenever I see them on, but I'm terrible at finding people's streams. Paper or journals. Are you going to be streaming more journal making? I know I think I caught you. I think the last time was putting walls up in the...
It's been pretty hard to catch up on. I'm working on getting back into streaming more regularly.
That's all right. I said I just had work asked if I wanted to do 410s, and I was like, well, that gives me an entire day where like I can just stream. Sure, why the hell not? Because I also don't. I work from home now, so like I don't even have like commute time anymore. So now on Wednesdays I can just woodwork and woodwork and woodwork. I can do the thing I used to do, which is just woodwork until I'm physically tired.
Chest to sort through, so I think that's gonna be content for another couple streams.
That's all right. But while you're here, I know you've been around for a while with me, and you've got vintage planes like I do. If you remember, I would moan and groan about this number 6 all the time. If you've got one that's not really working and it's a standard like Stanley size, you may want to look into the hawk blades, because like it stopped my chatter problem. It stopped a lot of problems that I was having, and I'm glad to have gotten it at this point.
Thanks for the recommendation.
You may, and I had to very minorly adjust my number 6 though, because the blade is thicker, but really what that means is...
It's good to know about Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I'll try to get in here on a regular basis.
Oh, that's...
Smiley face.
I'll be glad to have you back, Pausanias. See if we can get the high side down a little. Yeah.
What about that adjustment?
Okay, so yeah, I completely forgot. So really what it was is you have to, what I had to do was, and it sounds terrifying, I had to widen the mouth a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean, it was like 15 minutes worth of work. I had to widen it by like not even a 16th, like maybe a 32nd to a 16th of an inch, or like way down there, like half quarter millimeter kind of thing, just enough to get the blade to seat and adjust well, because like it was catching on the mouth a little bit, and it was just like, that's all I had to do was file it just a little bit. Like I had read where people were like, oh, you got to file your mouth open and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't want to do that. And I found, like, I got it, and I was like, yeah, the amount you have to file it is minuscule compared to what people were blowing it up on the internet about. Like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I think with the 4 and the 5, that's where the biggest, probably the biggest heartbreak about filing is, but the number 6 is already a wide mouth plane because it's a 4 plane. And I use mine as a joiner, so like the fact that it became a narrow mouth plane with the thick blade means nothing to me. This is going to be a lot of work. This part's going to be the absolute pain in the butt. There's like 3 knots right at that edge. This had a good like 1/4 inch to 3/16 that it was out of kilter with one side to the other, so I'm just slowly planing it down. But yeah, if you notice, like this was my most troublesome plane, and now I don't even have problems with it. It operates like it's supposed to. With or against the grain, apparently. Oh, good God, it's cold. Wake them thingies. Okay, now what's it look like on the inside? Okay. All right, we're getting close to where it's at least even. Somewhat even. It's within a millimeter of each other as opposed to like, or half a mil of each other as opposed to, being good chunk about that big on one side and way down there on the other. Just a little bit more here, and then we can start truly fine-tuning. I love how that knot is just becoming worse and worse. But that's the side that'll get nailed anyways. It's not getting any kind of joinery. All right, what do we got here? Okay. Okay. I did not realize how bad this edge was. I'm sitting here going, I should have used the scrub plane to like do 90% of the work first. It's too late for that now. We're way past that point. Okay. You're definitely high on this side. That's easy enough. Need to be careful here. Yeah, we basically just need to focus on this side completely. Still remember when I was afraid to do this stuff. Where are we at? Here, here. Okay, here. Okay, well, we're gonna start. Just a little bit there. And almost there. All right, check for square. High, 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 high. Straight up hilarious. Okay. Was I not holding it firm? I wasn't holding it firm. Okay. A little bit high there. A little bit high there. Okay. Which makes sense. Today's definitely a day where a lunch break's going to be well wanted just for going back into the heat. Just for that ability. Thank you. I just realized this. I never put any wax on it today. That's an insanely big improvement. And if I didn't even wax the number 6. But before we put her back up, always wax the sole, because it does sit against wood, and I'd rather it have something on there to keep it from. That's probably one of the big reasons why my tools didn't get destroyed in the first place on the flood. All right, okay. Now back to step 1. We were going to, what was it again? Figure out which way we wanted this wood. That's obviously going to be a side. I'd rather drop a.
Recognize the tin.
Yep.
I got one myself.
From wood by right? Or just the yellow tin itself?
By wood by right.
Yep. Yeah, it's I just buy a bar from them every once in a while. I actually got to meet him over the summer. Okay, put all the checks to the same side. Leave. Originally we were thinking about doing it this way. Yeah, it's good stuff. I do like the oh yeah, that stuff is yeah. There we go. The gaps are gone. It's a good thing that I was like, oh, let's lay out the boards. They do not match at all. Oh, yeah, duh. There's at least one non-jointed edge on each board. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to be smart this time, since this is a makeup for the boards I screwed up over here. We're gonna make sure we don't bead the side with the layout triangle. That way I can plane it off later and not destroy the beads. And but now we know we're gonna do this too. Back. Back, back. I can plane that stuff off later with a quick planing. Okay, the number 6 has been put away. Move you guys up. Means now I can tongue and groove.
Stop blowing holes in my
Hey,
ship!
Mecca. Glad to see you.
Hi, Mecha.
Up.
Hi, Raiders. Mech offset. And that's yes for me off.
How you been, Mecca? I know you were talking about the economics of buying cutoffs.
Your roll.
Oh, is there a pre-ad? Or pre-roll, or what? I don't know terminology.
Wow. Undershot a dimension, but no biggie.
That's all right. I mean, it's better than I think I showed you last time
That's all.
the insane blowout I got.
Offset. None for me.
Oh, okay. Let me double check here. Wake up the keyboard. I love how it turns itself off if it isn't being used. So like the battery power on this thing will last forever. Oh, okay. Okay. What I heard was probably it saying your
I have disabled ads on my stream as far as I know.
Oh, okay. I tried to make them as minimal as possible, but I honestly don't know anymore. Okay, so now that we're done, you missed all the torment of me laying out the new backboards and then realizing that I still had one unjoined edge on each board and going, why aren't these fitting together? So we got the joined edges done, and now we play with, oh yeah. Hey, awesome! I've got a clamp on this now, so I can literally not really worry about like this traveling on me anymore. Okay, so the skates are in line. Here comes the fun part of me figuring out. Better yet, let's do it the easy way.
Stanley 45. caliber plane.
Where is, there you are. We're gonna make this slightly easy on me.
Hossein said, Favoro 3LUL.
Oh wow, everything is cold. Like I said, it went from 80 degrees yesterday.
Ending Leather said, phone died but Metro rate emotes.
Ah, that's all right. Went from like 80, 85 degrees yesterday to freezing, so everything was doing just great. Temperature wise. Okay, we're going to close it all the way, see if that is literally what I need. Okay, cool to know. Closed all the way. Let's see if we can get the center of the board, and then we'll adjust the fence that way. I'm doing the old trick of, we're going to say that looks center. So I'm going to lock it in. Go points.
Aveda said, 80F, what part of the US is that?
Wait, what? For me? Okay, I'm thoroughly convinced I'm a god now. That was right on the money. It was Missouri. It was up in the 80s yesterday. Now it's below freezing. All hail Mother Nature. For she is angry with all of us. Okay, well, now we know how to adjust our fence so that the tongue is in the center. That's just a quick idea of how to do it, is to actually mark your wood where the tongue should go. Then adjust the blade to your marks. And you're still going to be off no matter what you do. You're not going to be perfectly center, but it's going to be better than you ever did. All right. Because believe it or not, these blades are not even. All right. Next question. How's the blade advanced? You still have a knicker out. I thought I took you out and made you get knicker, K-N-I-C-K-E-R. Just to make sure you guys heard the right word. Little piece of wood that a little.
Said, I can see your knickers.
There's also that. Just don't need people interpreting. There we go. It was like, oh, it made a cut. Oh, that's the knicker. Okay, okay. Uh-oh. may have to.
Andy Donut said, I was in St. Joseph yesterday. Was 73F when I left around lunch. Was 40F in Omaha-ish, 3 hours later.
Yeah, it was a weird.
Mecca said, temps are dropping now.
Yeah.
Heading from 14 to -7 overnight.
Ooh, that's going to be a fun one. It's going to be nice and cold this weekend. Okay, readjusted the blade because apparently I didn't have it seated correctly in the first place. When I went to advance it, I realized it was not seated. And these are finicky, so you advance very slowly. Okay, that feels like it's biting. And you missed my nice little detail of how I do things with these combination planes, Mecca, but I'll show you anyways. Let's see. Which of these blades is the dado blade for this project?
Don't forget to click on Wes's logo twice to remove the rate referred in the URL so that this will count as views.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there's some weird metric that they use. But which of these blades do you think is the dado blade for this project? I'll give you guys time to deliberate or say.
Millimeters.
Oh no, one of them does not look like the others. The way I play with my combination plane is during a project, if it's a blade that I'm using, I flip it backwards. So like all of these, you're seeing the flats. This is the bevel. It kind of doesn't show very well. So like the bevel is on the wrong side. This is my dado blade.
I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know there would be a test.
Oh, that's all right. Tests are always around here. And I mean, that makes, it's probably much more.
Mecca said, i.e. there's never the 10 millimeters tool when you need it.
Yeah. So it's probably a little more apparent with this one because they're in better condition. Earlier, the tongue and groove that I was using was flipped backwards, but there's also one bead that's out of place and backwards. That's the bead that I'm using for this project. Like, that is how I keep those straight. If I ever have to come back, the blades I'm using are all flipped backwards until the end of a project, and then I flip them back to normal. So that inevitably, like with this, where I screwed up all the backboards, I just opened up the blades and went, there you go, those are the blades. I didn't have to go, did I use my wide?
Still looking for a 3/4 wide, 3/4 blade. It was not available for the basic set.
Yeah, the reading blade you're looking for that's like looking for mithril, man. I've looked for it on and off, and you know I've found stuff randomly for you before, but I mean, I can't find that one. Didn't even find it at a mana. There we go. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. I forgot how much. Now I remember why I don't like doing stuff right-handed. Because of my vise. Now that I have a vise again, I'm gonna be knocking the crap out of my right kneecap. But, c'est la vie. I'm not gonna buy a left-handed plow because that would mean I'd need to get left-handed blades. I'm not getting new blades either, because that's a lot of money. Plus, I don't even think, Lee Valley doesn't even make all of the different types of blades you could get. Like, the reading blades don't even exist, I think, with Lee Valley. There we go. Okay. You obviously have not been waxed to the extreme. But then again, this is just how this plane is. And it does look nasty here. This is a part where the grain reverses. All of these boards are going to have grain reversal. That's why I didn't choose them to be the backboards in the first place. But they shall be the backboards. Oh. Gotta remember the old rule about a 45. Take the chips out of the plane every single stroke. Otherwise, it's gonna clog. Gotta remember that. Okay. Give me like 2 seconds. Get a little bit of a warm beverage in me. Yeah, that bead. Do you by chance remember what number, Stanley number, that bead was? It's almost lunch and I'm just not even worried about it. Like, I'm doing good with this new format, I think. Do do do. Do 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 do. I'm glad to have this vise back in action again. It's not complete, but it's doing its job. It's making things easier because now I have a little bit of vise action to hold the board steady while I'm pushing on it.
Chan said, make one. Mecha.
I have no doubt Mecha would make one, or could make one. I have no doubt Mecha could make one. I'm just glad I was able to get him a... Gotta be careful putting these down, because they can rattle themselves out of alignment. Glad to be able to find him a turn screw for his And yes, I said turn screw because they did actually come with one. I had to go find my own for myself. This little guy. Still remember your unboxing for your...
Mecca said, yes, chance. That's right. The page play roster is available, so I would need to set up my heat treat area. Yes, Wes. Thank you for that great accessory.
Like I said, I still remember like unboxing the dovetail marker, and I was like, "There's extra shit in there." Which now I have 2 dovetail markers. I don't remember if you got to see that or not. But while I was at Amana, I mean, yeah, we've got my long time ago piece of walnut. But while I was at Amana, I ended up getting a Sterling Toolworks brass and steel boy because it was there, and I was like, I had held off on buying one of these forever. I was like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. And then just like, yeah, and then literally having it in my hand in person, I'm like, I don't care that I don't need it. It's right here. Like, like this is going to be the only time that I can buy it without having to pay shipping. Honestly, the tongue and groove works better if you go like,
shiny.
yeah, it works better on the 45 if you do short repeated strokes. It seems to not clog up as bad. It still clogs, but it does seem to work better. I say that, and yeah, I got it to clog, but it's just one of those things that, like, it's one of those things you have with a 45 is certain things it will clog on really badly, like tongue and groove, which is just the way the mouth is. Yeah, they, that was...
You switched to wood body planes last time. And why not doing it sooner?
I don't have a tongue and groove plane. So like, this is the only way I can do tongue and groove. As far as the beading, I think I may have used a wood body on the beading. I don't remember. But as far as tongue and groove is, I do not have a wood tongue and groove plane. Now, if Mr. Underhill was still doing his classes, I would have definitely tried to get the make your own plow plane class with nice, brass depth stops and all that. I don't care if it would be right-handed or not. It'd be a plow plane. That would be fun. I feel like I could do it. The thing that's stopping me is not having like plow making or plane making tools. But those who've been here know I'm ingenious enough to figure out ways. It'd just be janky as hell.
There's that awesome vintage tool store up or next to Roy's classroom.
Unfortunately, both are shutting down this year. Or was it last year, for Roy at least? I know, yeah, 2023 was the last year of classes. I didn't get to sign up for any, but I at least saw him in Amana, so that makes up for it. I think the tools are just changing location. Like with Roy hacking up his school, he's changing locations so he's not upstairs of a vacant thing. One of these days I'm going to remember to put a glove on whenever I'm using the 45. 'Cause I tend to like just bust my knuckle the way I'm holding it. It is cold though. Who knows? Maybe we won't make it to beating today because of the whole having to prep the boards still. But we'll be getting to a lunch break here soon anyways. Okay, so this one's getting tongued, which means grooved, and then tongued. Awesome! I didn't screw it up. I meant to tongue this side of this board because of the huge defect there. Just to eat through that defect so that it's not visible. It's like I planned it, and then forgot the plan, and still got the plan to work anyways. Isn't that how everything works? Yeah, it would have been nice if they had found a way to make an ejectable mouth on this thing work a little bit better. It only ejects in one direction, and the ejection is very shallow. For tongue and groove, you kind of need it to eject two directions. Works good on everything else. Just tongue and groove, it's not going to work well on because this side here wants to eject that way and gets immediately clogged in the very shallow mouth that won't let it do that. I think we're almost to depth on the far side here. Almost. But other than, you know, its quirks, I don't bemoan a 45 like a lot of people, because it's very useful. You just gotta kind of treat it like a power tool. If you're gonna do tongue and grooves, do all your tongues first, do all your grooves second, do all, you know, you have to gang things. You can't just pick up a board, do the tongue on one side, the groove on the other side, go, because you don't have two different planes set up for the exact same thing. Now, if I was irresponsible with money, I'd get a second 45 and then that's all gone. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't, especially with how people are collecting these things nowadays, I don't want to pay the money for another 45 because people will buy them in whatever condition at whatever price.
I'm itching to do some sash work. Small 4 paint window frame.
At some point in time, I want to do that too. I want to make like a small, like say a jewelry box with a glass pane door. Mainly, I just want to try out the sash cutter on this thing. Because like I said, that's another plane that I don't need to buy like an actual dedicated thing for. I've got a sash cutting blade because of this. We are nowhere near done. Do, 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 do.
It's a whole another world of pain.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the new time also means that Slime's probably never going to actually be in the shop with me anymore. But she rarely did that anyways. Say hello. Respect her boundaries. She doesn't want to be on screen, so that's fine. Let's see if we can get done with this. Well, let me look at the time before I even open my mouth like an idiot. Okay, it's almost noon. I don't know if I'll get.
Did you get rid of SiriBot?
I did not, but it's been working. It's been weird. Like, it should have done stuff. Like, stuff is not working correctly anymore. I know I still have SiriBot. I may have to go and re-enable it again, but I know it's here and there. It's in the stream, so I don't know why the command's not working.
Might have to reactivate it.
Yeah, it might be with Twitch changed how bots work again, or how you have to authorize them, and it's throwing things into chaos. because I have to reauthorize my TTS every single time. Otherwise, it doesn't decide to work. Which is weird because, like, StreamerBot, which is made by the same people, doesn't need to be reauthorized every single time, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, good. That got it out. We're getting close though, so I think we'll try and get this board tongued all the way down. Then we can do the next tongue when we get done with lunch. Because it is starting to bottom in places, which is good. Because if it's starting to bottom in places, that means we're close. And I'm very lazy when it comes to setting the depth gauge on these. I just leave the depth gauge at full height on the Stanley blades for the tongue. Unless I really need a specific height tongue. And plus, it'll give me a good reference for when I'm beating it later. Don't know if Pasenis is still in here, but Mecca, he stopped by a little earlier. Yeah, we're almost done. I think it's just here. Okay, let's reevaluate where we're at. Well, hell, there we go. It would be one full tongue. Huzzah! Okay, and it is about noon for me. So if you guys aren't worried too much, I'm laughing at this. We're taking up more sun than we are spending in the shop. So like I'm still at 97%. But at this point it's noon. I'd like to take a at most 30-minute break for some lunch, heat me back up, maybe get some new tea because this is all cold now and I've drank almost all of it.
Getting ready for work. Love your solar solution.
Hey, on a bright day, it outpowers my shop. So, regardless, if you're not there when I get back,
Plain or wheat.
Mecca, thanks for stopping in, but we're gonna take a quick break for lunch and then I'll come back for some more calisthenics in with planes. Okay, wake up the keyboard. Do. All right, so see you guys in at most 30 minutes, I would think. So around 12:30 Central Time, if not earlier. Okay. Hopefully, yeah, it looks like I didn't screw up the audio. Um, no, I haven't fixed the bot yet. I haven't fixed anything yet. More things are breaking, so, but we should be getting things fixed here, because I am going to have at least some time to play around with that stuff here and there.
Chance said, "Hi, Cat."
Also, welcome in, Kat. Hope your thing went well. I was a little distracted.
Cat said, "It was a blast."
I'm just glad to have caught you while you were streaming. It's fun to listen to you. All right.
You've only heard the shanty, not my solo entry.
I mean, I heard all the other stuff you were singing. Just because I was taking a shower doesn't mean I heard it, didn't hear it.
It all sounded good.
Okay. Yeah, we put you here.
Cat said, "Oh." I live on PLUS 6.
Oh yeah, like I said, I borked and didn't. Well, I was there when you raided. I just didn't get to stay there very long. Okay. Got one tongue done. One to go. Why? Why have to drop from really awesome, nice weather to freezing? Below the freezing line. Uh-oh. That is not a good. What's going on here? Either something shifted, which I guarantee you it did. Yeah, something shifted. Awesome. Luckily, that's why I have this. Regardless, line this up. That is another reason why I did this with the marking gauge, because now I can line the blade up. Like, Let's make a couple deep divots so I can actually see it. There we go. That way I can line the blades up whenever this inevitably decides to shake itself free again. There we go. Why? Why's it gotta be so cold? I know it's February, but damn.
Chance said, -24 here and got 2 of snow.
Ooh. That doesn't sound fun. Locked, locked. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay.
First snow blower used this season.
Awesome. That chip in the wood doesn't even make it into where the tongue will be. Yes. Come with me and you'll of pure imagination. There we go. Got a tongue started. Now we just make it the rest of the way down. God, it's cold. I mean, could hook the heater up real quick if I really wanted to. But hey, this one's not switching grain as much. How can I tell? Because I'm able to actually push it through and not like get those hiccups. It is still jamming like a champ, though. There we go. Tell where the grain is reversed right here, though. Come on. Stop jamming up. Glad I'm not standing outside with the wind kicking like it is. Oh, wow. Did not realize that that was all zoomed in. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Hope you had a good morning though, Kat. May want to wax this guy up a little again. All right, let's see if I can get that in here. Here's hoping we get warmer days so it's not freezing my butt off doing this. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be you, Chance, with 2 foot of snow. It's just cold here. Getting close. I think the far end may be fully done. Go. Whee! Hey, Cheryl. We really changed that name real quick. Although at least it says yours fairly well. The Cheryl B. Alonzi. As a, we're finally starting to catch back up to almost where we left off of before the big mistake.
That's good news.
Almost there. Get the tongue and grooves and the beads done, and then we're back at where I made my mistake with the dados. Okay. Almost there. Although I can tell you right now I am not. This is way, way high. Getting better. Did I bring in my, oh good God. Did I bring in my water? No, or slash tea? No. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Realize I'm thirsty and my tea is still inside. Did I leave that on the kitchen table? Hey, Max. Oh, there it is. Right there on the counter. I believe I forgot to grab it. Well, cool down a little bit further, I guess. You want pet? Yeah. There you go, Max. There you go. Ooh, that's probably loud in the mic. Oh, yeah. Look over and go, I'm thirsty. I don't have anything to drink. I should have something to drink. Oh, there we go. Ooh. That helps. That helps a lot. I am getting tired of having days where literally I wore short sleeve shirts yesterday. Today I should be wearing a pea coat while outside. Sure we're getting there, but we're not. We're almost there though. The tongue and grooves. Okay, that's tongue and grooves. The tongue's done. I about said tongue and grooves, and I was like, I haven't even done the grooves yet, Wes. Stop lying to people. Okay. All right. Here you go. Okay. Okay. All right. I presume Mecca's already made his way out. He said he had to get ready. Okay, so now we need to put the grooves in. Okay. Yes, this seems weird in a way, but I got a reference off of what I've cut. And also, this guy goes completely away. just like to make sure these guys are as rust inhibited as possible. All right. The wee little one. All right, now that you're in, I had to sit here and go, how did I do all of this again? Okay, so we set here, we loosen you. Put I'm just going to do that for right now. Loosen you. Let's see, can you even see? Yeah, about here. So basically, I'm setting the plane up on the tongue and groove, and then I am dropping this depth stop to be flat with the tongue. Honestly, let's do it over here where it's probably going to be deepest, just in case there's a little bit of a variance. Okay.
Cat said, okay, now I'm here.
Yay! Cat returned.
I know I said it before, but now I really am.
Lies. Now we play the game of align.
How's things?
Oh, pretty good. Now we play the fun game of line the blade up with the tongue. That explains that. Ah. This is probably the most aggravating thing, is doing this, which I think is why most people do the groove before the tongue. Ah, damn it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Since that's lined there. Okay. So we lined it on this side. We need to reference this side. Okay, on all 3 points? Yes, okay. Get you off of the table, because I think what messed it up before was it probably felt the vibration of this baby. It was directly on the table. All right, We're referencing that side, we're referencing that side. Good, good, good. There we go. And believe it or not, the groove is going to be way faster because, well, you don't have the jamming issue. This thing is just going to plow right through. Hence the name plow plane. We might even get to the beating today. But we're only going till 2, so we'll see. Oh, I forgot to do this. Well, if it's needed, it's needed. If not, it's not. Yeah, I forgot how fast the groove is. It's a pain to set up, second, but I'd rather go through the painful task of tonguing first. And get that out of the way. Because, believe it or not, we're almost done with this one. Oh, okay. We're almost there. All right. Make doubly sure. Okay. That's what I mean by like, how long did it take to tongue? Forever. How long did it take to groove? Nothing. Now to make sure whether or not I need to adjust the bottom out. That's a definite yes. Do. I want to be able to at least make sure. I am liking the new long format that I'm able to do, the long streams. just because I feel like I'm actually getting stuff done instead of hurrying through one task and hoping. Yes. I'll do one quick further turn on this.
Chance said, Archka one dance more sawdust is good.
What now and the how? Gotcha. Okay.
Cat said, antidepressant.
Yeah. Just a touch more. Oh, there's a little high spot over there. Let's double check then. Still a little high spot in there, so I must have missed it. Okay. And that should be a nice, perfect fit with a little bit of a gap just for the sake of expansion. Yes, there is a gap. Not a lot, but enough that we don't break everything. Okay. You have been tongued. You have been grooved.
It is satisfied now it doesn't even wobble.
Yeah. When you got a good setup, it's gonna work. All right. You flip, you. First things first, so we don't press any chips into the finish side. While we're doing this. And yeah, it's gonna look a little obstinate right now, but there we go. Okay, now we need to put in a groove here. And depending on how time is, we might even bead so that we got beaded tongue and groove. Oh God, add in 2 seconds, guys. Sorry. I need to look up more often. Okay. So that fits. All right. Make sure we get this adjusted directly for this. We'll trust the height for right now. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Now we got you. You. reference face out, over, loop to loop, in. I don't know if your ads are done yet. I'm just getting this set up. Okay, you're in, you're out. Quit forgetting about yo-ho, yo-ho, yo-ho. And then we need to do
Yo-ho, yo-ho, yo-ho.
well, obviously you're not on ads anymore because
One day.
Cat heard me. Is that?
Don't do that.
Oh, okay. Wait, do you have turbo or something? Or are you actually like subscribed?
I hate ads, so I say no thanks, no ads for me.
Oh yeah, never mind, duh. No, I know what you're doing. Never mind. We won't say anything. Because I mean, if I'm on my computer at home, like my desktop, there are no ads as well. Period. Let's see. Shoop, 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 shoop. I checked, made sure this was the way it needed to be. I double checked.
Reason to stay away from local value added.
I double checked it against the board just in case, but it's set up perfectly, so. Let's get this boy pre-grooved. Oh, we're going with the grain this time. How can you tell? They're long curls instead of small ships. Never mind, small ships. I am losing power, not physical power in my stream setup because, well, the sun has been a god today and I am still at 96% battery life. I've been streaming for 3 hours. 3 hours and almost 15 minutes. Now, when the sun is good and clear, it will pretty much enable me to do a stream for as long as I want. If I could predict when the sun's going to be this clear, we could do something like crazy, like 12-hour woodworking. I'm just joking, we wouldn't be able to do that. You got to have 12 hours of sun for that. But the fact that, like, proof of concept, I can easily do a 4-hour stream with the battery, even if the solar, if the solar panel's not picking up a lot, I can still do a 4-hour stream easy. But the fact that I'm doing a stream and I've lost 3% of my battery life.
The guy who invented life after sunset.
Yeah. No. That's my life. I mean, I could probably get a couple hours in after sunset, but current setup is nowhere near where I could do a 24-hour stream. I'd have to buy like a separate battery bank to ensure I had power after it runs out. But I don't think I'd be able to do a 24-hour woodworking stream. I think I would.
Consider getting wall power.
Renting. I'm renting. I do not have the ability to put wall power in, actual driven power. And I'd rather have a solution I can take with me wherever we're going. I've also had the idea.
Came without outlets.
Yes, this garage has no outlets. None. It is a box to put your car in. That is all it is. All the lights are mine. I mean, it's a box for your car, and this house is old. Like this, in the first place, like it's old enough that like garages were kind of a new thing. But also, I don't own the house. If I
think that some people need their car after dark or before morning.
Not at that time. Night shifts didn't work. I don't even think night shifts were around in the 50s. You know, businesses still had ethics. You needed your car for the movies. You needed it for going on a date to the drive-in theater. That's about it. Everything shut down. I don't know. No, it wasn't built that long ago, no. But this is a house from the 50s. So this garage is literally just a brick rectangle. And I can tell where they changed the garage door to a modern pull-up door. It probably used to be a swing-out door because the opening is wider than the garage door. And they just filled it in. Double check. And now we check for gap. Because yes, that is something you check for. This is going to be the hardest one to line up just because of the board. I don't care about a gap on this side, I care about a gap on this side. Just a little bit deeper. Yeah, this board is warped, but not that big of a deal to me. I don't know why I just moved it deeper itself. It's not like the fence is going to hurt me any. That was the faster way instead of... I did tighten you back in. Okay, good. Okay. Are doing good. Huzzah. But I am also physically getting tired. Gotta work up them 4-hour days. Is it? Got like 45 minutes left. Okay, we know this is the bead. thing is I also need to figure out, remember how the beading baby goes. Because the side bead has a special attachment, so we might fuss around with that stuff for a real quick moment. Like I said, put that in reverse. Cat, I don't know, you weren't here at the beginning, but I'll show you my trick as well. It's probably not the easiest to see, but something I do for these combo planes is that whenever I'm doing a project, whatever blades I am using, I flip around. So like the bevels on these two, that tells me these are project blades, the others I'm not using. It's probably a little more noticeable on this one where the tongue blade is flipped around. You can see the flats here, and then everything else has bevels up. The bead blade that I had for this project was also flipped around just so I wouldn't forget it. This is the bead blade. There you go, kind of thing. It's a way to keep it all.
The double blades is how you make the other thingy. Yes.
Yeah, the double blades make the tongue. It'll cut on both sides of the wood for you.
Yes, that.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just a way for me to keep my my head straight, especially since like I would work once, maybe twice a week, of which blade was I using for this. And until the project's done, any blades that I touch are reversed so that I can get back to them. All right. Now the question is, I believe I needed this. Yes, because because it is a molding plane blade. I'm gonna need this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go, woo, look at all the wax. I probably won't get to the actual start of the beads, just because setting up this plane for a new function does take 15 to 30 minutes. I believe this is the side bead foot. Okay, so I would need you, and you, nope, not quite right. Okay, you're in. You're in. Okay, that's lined up. Okay, the blade is lined up. Turn screw to take this guy, loosen, take him out. So this guy has a little groove in it and everything so that, luckily that's the bad side of the wood, that's the other side. Basically what it does is it covers up one of the cutting edges so that you don't get so that basically it will stop cutting Jesus, I'm going to bruise that. It acts as your depth stop. Basically, it will stop cutting as soon as that foot hits the tongue. Okay, turn screw, get you in. It's a special foot that Stanley made so that you could do tongued.
This explains why I was never able to get this stuff right, lol.
Tongued bead and groove, beaded tongue and grooves. Okay, we would need this on the top fixture because it's gonna. We're just gonna lock that in place because this is gonna be a pain in the butt. Okay, so now we've got it at least set up for side beading. That's being nice. There. One day I'll make little foots for that. But it's one of those, now I've got to like figure out the depth or figure out the fence width and everything else. And by the time I get the fence width in, it'll be 2 o'clock probably. Yeah, we're 30 minutes short of 4 hours, but with this new long stream that I'm doing, or not new, but bringing back the old long streams, like I said, I feel like I'm getting more done. And like if I need to move on to another task, unless it's like the last half hour, like I can easily just move on to another task because we went, we trued up these boards, then we tongue and grooved them. Next time we can bead them, which won't take that long. And then we can just move right into putting the dados in them, which is where we left off, where I screwed up. And then we can have fun trying to nail the damn thing together. And Kat, I know like the third screen is missing, but the program that was controlling the phone screen, it doesn't want to work anymore, so we're down to 2 screens. We'll figure that out though. While we're sitting here, and Kat, I will start figuring out more, fixing things. Man, Yankee's still streaming? Jesus. Man, he streams like a boss.
Or
What?
you could add stream elements. Tongue sticking out.
Keep sticking out that tongue, I'll bite it off.
The Bumstead is also lit.
Oh, B Bumstead's on?
Wow, kinky.
Oh yeah, mandolin. Okay, cool. Oh, you never know what's gonna pop out of my mouth. Mandolin build. Yeah, let's do the mandolin build. So B Bumstead it is. We'll raid over to B Bumstead. Right.
You are making IT worse, LUL.
That's just the name of the game. B-E-B-U-M-S.
Chill, can you keep your man in check, PLS?
She is not a rat. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, yeah, so.
Said, hey guys, later all.
All right, have a good one, Chance. But yeah, let's raid out to B Bumstead. Oh, I spelled it wrong apparently.
Licks all tools while Pow is away.
Oh, I missed that. There we go. All right, so say hi to B. Bumstead for me. He's building a mandolin, which is going to be pretty fun to watch. You guys have a nice day, and I will see you next Wednesday.
I mean, why did I even expect us to have a raid call?
You're right. You're right, dear.
You rock.
All right. Just gonna.